PGA Tour Champions Learning Center. Brought to you by Tour Edge Exotics.
Hi, folks, and welcome to Learning Center. I'm Vince Cellini, and I think I'm pretty much going to put this one in cruise control because I have a very special guest, one of the most entertaining players in the game, and a 10-time winner on PGA Tour and PGA Tour Champions. The very unvarnished opinion of Rocco Mediate. Hey, Rocco, what are you doing?
Good morning, Vincenzo. Yeah,
It's good to
I'm
see
just
you.
hanging around.
I know, aren't we all?
Yeah.
But I understand that you're using your time wisely on this COVID-19 pandemic. What's up?
Well, just with the girls, the Jess and the little Francesca, she just turned 5. So spending a lot, the whole world has never had this time off. We have off seasons on our sport and golf, obviously, but this is a long off season. We started obviously had a couple events, but so it either deal with it or complain about it. And so I've taken the time to spend a lot of time with the girls as much as I can, get, working too. It was whether, I'm stuck up here, not stuck, but we're in Minnesota in Excelsior now. Usually I'd be south, but we just stayed up here, and everything cleared up. It's beautiful. I'm in Hazeltine pretty much every day and Golden Valley down the street and working. But most of the time with the girls and a lot of physical work for me. I'm strong. As they say, I'm stronger in new rope.
What are you doing physically?
Versaclimber, and that's the aerobic machine. You don't see a lot of Versaclimbers. Well, you do, but because they're too hard.
They are hard.
That's brutal. I've been using it since since 90, and it's really changes. For the back issue problem, genius machine. And aerobically, it's the finest aerobic machine on the planet. It's you can burn up some calories and get in shape fast and that's what I do. And I do a lot of I do push-ups and abdominal work. That's why I'm so big, as you can see. Oh wait, never mind. But that's it.
This training should serve you well.
Oh God, yeah.
Down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm 57, but I certainly don't feel it. It's just everything's getting better. But yeah, we got a sprint coming. We're either going to have, depending on, as of now, it looks like we're 13 to 15 weeks. And I kind of like that. So I'll be physically ready for that. Whether the game is or not, we'll see. But I'm working out on everything. Ricky Smith and I are working a lot on the phone and just going back to old stuff that we used to do. But no, I haven't I hit the ground running, and we're doing a lot. We're having a lot of fun, actually.
Well, the target date to get this thing going is July 31st, the Allied Challenge, Warwick Hills up in Michigan, where you won the Buick Open years ago. Right. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting because the tour also announced that the 2020 season is going to roll over into 2021. Mm-hmm. There's not going to be a Schwab Cup champion this year,
right?
But they'll kind of have the crowning of the Charles Schwab Cup champion in November of 2021. Mm-hmm. And that means also that the field size will increase for these events in 2020 to 81. And that includes the playoff events too. Right. So we're combining the two seasons. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's great. Why not? Could we have had a Schwab Cup champion this year? Yeah, we could have. We had 17 or 18 events. That's kind of fine, but I love this idea because now you just keep going. So there's a carrot. The carrot. I always looked at it. The carrot's up there. How can you get that carrot? It's dangling just out of your reach. How are you going to get it? Now you have more of a chance now, and more people will be involved for sure. You got some great guys coming out that are going to come out and play. Hopefully, Weirzy and Jimmy Furyk. Jimmy's still playing great on the PGA Tour, so totally understand if he's not going to play a lot. But it's going to be great. It's just everything's coming around nicely. Unfortunately, it's happened because of a horrible, horrible thing. It's ridiculous what's happened, and I think it's been handled great by the boss, by the president. I'm slightly biased, but I think everything's as good as it's going to. It's just I don't think it could have been any better ever with anybody else. So hopefully, you just don't know. One that's too many. One is too many. But obviously now we're trying to all deal with it and see how it works and see how the tour comes back next month with all the stuff they got to go through. Holy smokes. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but it seems like a fair system. But let's talk about this week. You were supposed to be in Michigan for the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship, where you won at Harbour Shores over Colin Montgomery in 2016. we've talked about that. That was a pretty big deal for you. You played really well. You get your major championship. What are some of your memories of that?
Well, the KitchenAid was, it was so much fun. They're so good to us as our tour, and they've done much for us. I love the guys. They're all fantastic. And yeah, that was something, because I always, playing against Colin, and I played with him 3 of the 4 rounds. It's basically like throwing a ball against a wall and expecting it not to come back. It's coming back, right? And he's that kind of player, and he's always coming. So I knew I hadn't won in a while, and I was a mess basically still back then. I was a mess. And then Bernhard's right there. It was so much fun, but it's like I didn't know what the heck was going to happen. And then all of a sudden, you don't forget how to do things. You don't forget how to win or how to hit certain shots. Even with the golf swing I possessed then, which it really wasn't very good. I got it around pretty good, and Martin got me through a couple places that I needed to get through that week, and somehow we got it done. It was just putting week was a ridiculous putting week. And I remember talking to Monty that fall. We were playing a couple holes, Sherwood, and he always he busted me up a little bit about that, about me beating him that week. And I said, geez, I mean, I made every putt I looked at. I don't know what else to tell you. He goes, oh yeah. He said, I've won many tournaments where I made nothing. He said, of course you made every putt. That's how you did it. It was pretty funny, because I'm like apologizing, I made every single one basically I made that I hit for the week. So that's obviously how anytime I've won or anybody else has won, you kind of putt good. It's just the way it is. Yeah. But but it was a lot of fun, obviously, and it major, and it felt the same. And it was great. 78-year-old trophy, and now it's older, but pretty cool.
Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just a monumental week for you.
Yeah.
So Rock, we have this pandemic, and obviously a lot of people have taken a financial hit during this, and included are some of the guys you work very closely with, some of the PGA Tour Champions caddies, and go without work, as you will, for about 5 months with 8 canceled events. And that's a long time for some of the guys. And someone had to do something, and that someone is a person you mentioned, Martin Courtois, your caddy, who puts together this 9 for All group, and they start Caddies for a Cause, raising money through donations and an auction that's going to be coming up. And I'll give those details out in a moment, but you must be very proud that these guys took action, and they're trying to help some of their brothers.
Yeah, the caddies, Martin, first of all, Martin is one of my dearest friends in the world. He's, I don't know how to explain. He's just one of those good from top to bottom. He's a really good guy. Don't show him this part. I don't want him to see anything. Anyway, he's just good. He's been good for me. He's been through all the stuff I've been through, which was a nightmare, and he never wavered, ever, once. And I get this. He decides he's gonna do this. He figured this out. He said, you know what we need to do. He didn't say to me. He said to himself, I want to do something for my guys. And now the caddies, especially now the caddies that are on our tour, have been on with us for. This is 35 years of professional golf for me. I've known all these guys. They're the closest knit people you'll ever meet, and the best guys you'll ever meet. And Martin's like, we got to do something. Now Martin's one of these guys where during the year, we'll have a flag of some sort. Every week, every other week. And we'll get guys to sign the flag. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? He goes, well, this guy wanted one of my buddies, and he was getting it off. I'm going to get Bernhard and Watson and Masters guys to do it. And of course, they have no problem doing it. He does it all year for this stuff. And this was huge, thinking his buddies, some of them you all struggle. There's nothing happening. Zero. And they depend on us, and we depend on them. And he decided to take it upon himself to do this. And he brought his other buddies in, and now they have a little team, and now I can't imagine the numbers he's going to get for these guys. I can't imagine, because he's committed. Like, I'm like, okay, I know, stop. This will get done. You're going to do it. And then it's going to be given out sometime, actually more details about but sometime in June, I think.
Right. I want to give out some of the details, and these items that you can bid on will be featured on the website, www.thegolfauction.com. And also you'll see the items on Twitter at @golf_auction. And we're talking about some of the biggest names in the game donating items, and biggest names in sports as well. You can bid on these items from June 6th through June 21st. So that's kind of the window where you can actually make these bids. And it's going to help some people. It's going to help some people.
And they need to understand, guys, the people out there need to understand too, which I take myself out of this comment. We are the Champions Tour are the greatest players that ever played the game that are still playing. Think about that comment. It is. Watson hangs around out there some, or Hale's out there. I mean, all these guys, Bernhard, as we know what he does, he may need to take some time off. I'm thinking like 3 or 4 years. These guys, Monty, Olazabal comes out. These are the greatest players that ever walked on grass, since 40, 50 years ago. So if you think about that, and all of a sudden we got memorabilia, Watson sent some flags, Masters flags. I mean, 77, 80, and 81, he won them. I mean, it's ridiculous. Bernhard sent, he was one of the first to call Martin. Just, hey, Martin, what's going on here? That's the kind of guys they are. And stuff like that, it's priceless. And no matter what you pay, it's helping somebody. That's the bottom line. It doesn't matter if you're asked to do something as one of our players. You don't ask if you say, yeah, can you donate something because we're doing something for the caddies? That's all you need to know. Yeah, okay, no problem. I'll do it. What do you need? There's no like, well, what do I do that? No, here's what it is. Here's what we'd like to do. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. We got other people to take care of it. And everybody's coming nicely through. And we got, like I said, we got guys out there that are the greatest of their generation. And then I was on the other sports too. I mean, guys are coming, nicely. It's beautiful.
Well, and there's folks going in their pocket, and you're going to see some of these great items. And again, Caddies for a Cause, and you can go to thegolfauction.com and at golf_auction, June 6th through the 21st, and help some folks out. So it's good stuff, really good stuff. Really I'm proud of those guys for answering this call.
Great bunch of dudes. Great bunch of hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah.
Stories.
They help us with the show, and they keep you guys on track as well.
Yeah, God bless them. Handle us. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised. Yeah, never mind. But it's insane what they got to go through with.
Someday we'll have Martin tell the stories, the real stories. Someday.
Oh yeah, we got to have a whole show on stories that they have. on say anything you want, and that's how I think it'd be fantastic.
Well, anyway, it's a great cause, so we're looking forward to that. Programming note. Coming up Sunday, Golf Films is presenting Rocco Tiger Slam, and it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern time, and it chronicles Tiger winning all 4 of the major championships in a 10-month span, from the 2000 U.S. Open to the 2001 Masters. And you're one of the guys that you stared into the eyes of Tiger at the height of his powers. What was it like being inside at that point during that stretch of time?
It couldn't have been a better time to. I was very fortunate to play a lot of my career. Not a lot, I don't know how many years I played out there with them. It was the greatest thing ever because you don't get to be around. That. Norman was. I played a lot with him too. But when Tiger came out and all that, it was the greatest thing ever because it made us. It either made you better or it made you worse. That's his effect. And I always felt like when I got to play with him, it was a chance to try to beat the best player on earth. That's what I looked at it as. Whether I did or not was another story. But it was one of those opportunities. But what he did, and obviously even now, but back then, it's not something that can be touched. Holding all 4 in the mantle is ridiculous. I don't care what anybody says. It's just has never been done. Yeah. And I would guess it's never going to be done again.
But you had an up close look, right?
Oh yeah.
All this.
Yeah, I mean, I was at St. Andrew. I was at all the events there. But the Masters, I was in like the 3rd or 4th to the last group that year. I wasn't close enough to do anything. I don't remember. I don't remember where I finished 10th or 15th, something like that. I think so. I had a good week, but I remember I got done and he was a couple groups behind me. And back at Augusta then, the scoring hut, whatever you want to call it, was right behind 18 green. I guess now it's up top of the hill at the clubhouse. But remember I got done and the people I was with were like, "Where are you going?" I said, "Well, I'm going down to 18 green. I'm watching this. This ain't happening again." This is, he's about to snap off the 4th in a row. Yeah, I'm going to go up to the clubhouse and not see this.
So you're a fan.
I was lucky to be. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge
patron, I should say.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was a patron, but I walked down behind, stood under the TV tower and watched this. Hit some kind of silly drive around the corner, hit some kind of sand wedge onto that green. And obviously won. But it's not. I'm not going to see that. No one's going to see that again. And it was just cool to be there. I just kind of watched him putt out, and I was out of there. But I watched something that you'll never see again, up close, right there on the basically right on the green almost. So yeah, it's good they're having a show on it, because some of the youngsters need to see this too, because it's something that makes you want to get better. But what he did was, I've said it a million times, nothing he ever did surprised me, but it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
What this kid did, it was ridiculous. His dad said, he goes, "My son will do something every day that you guys talk about." And then we're thinking, yeah, whatever. He was right. Every day he did something. You're like, you got to be kidding me. He just said that. What? You can't do it. But, obviously he continues, he's done that a few more times lately, but back then it was so much fun to be around that, the people, everything. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fun.
I
miss it a lot. I definitely missed the show a lot. I definitely miss it.
Well, you're part of the legacy. That's
yeah,
for
it was
sure.
fun.
08 at Torrey Pines at the U.S. Open, and you're Rocky. You're not Rocco.
Right. The first Rocky. The second one won. I lost the first one. And, a lot of my buddies keep saying, we watched the replay. I said, yeah, did I lose again? It never changes. You think maybe once it doesn't go in, or maybe once I make another putt. Nah, same thing. Same old thing. It's fun, though. It was a blast. Believe me, I enjoyed every minute of it.
Absolutely. That was high drama, man, toe to toe. All right, we're going to get to our regular segment, What's Your Edge, presented by Tour Edge Exotics. We saw your beautiful daughter, the apple of your eye, Francesca, celebrate her 5th birthday, and you were out there practicing with her at Hazeltine. So for parents out there who may be introducing kids to the game or spending time with children right now, what are some of your tips about, kind of keeping their interest, making it fun, things like that as a parent?
Yeah, keeping the interest is the key, because boy or girl, if I can keep her interest for 10 minutes, I got it. Because Francesca's one, and she's one that will start doing something. She'll do 16 other things while she's doing it. She's I don't know who she's like. Well, never mind. We won't talk about that. That would probably be me. But all I ever was taught I didn't start playing till I was late, so I wasn't taught at her age. But put their hands on it in a reasonably good way. There's no perfect grip anymore. There's 17, but I was always taught the neutral part. For Mr. Jim Ferree always taught me. That's who first taught me. Put them on there properly and just let them hit it. So that's what I did a couple of years ago. She'd hit ball, whatever. But now she'll hit like 10 or 15, and we'll go putt a few minutes. And if I keep her for half hour doing something, she's pretty happy. But she enjoys it. She'll ask me to go. I don't ever make her do anything, but. Papa, can we go hit balls? Absolutely. Boom, out the door. And now we can do it outside because I got that little net, so we don't have to go to the golf course all the time. But she loves going to Hazeltine and having a picnic. We'll put some stuff out there and hit some balls. I'll hit some. She'll video me some. It's like we did the other day with that video we did last week, a couple weeks ago. Priceless.
But she is at 5. She's a tremendous multitasker, because she's an artist. She designs hats and clothes and things like that. So she's on her way to being
she's
special.
She's pretty funny. She's very smart. But Jess and I built her a playhouse for her birthday. We built it. It's a pretty big play. It's a playhouse. It's like 5 or 6 feet wide and 3 or 4 feet long. 5 or 6 feet long, 3 or 4 feet wide. It says on the instructions, 3 or 4 hours. Couple people. Well, it took us 2 days, and we're still married. Everything's fine. We actually wasn't that bad. It was just tedious, but she absolutely lost it. I had it set up in the back and all pretty, and we had a ball for that. That was the birthday thing. But it's been a lot of fun with spending the time, because we don't have the time. Of course, I'm 57 with a 5-year-old. On the regular tour, we back with I have 3 other boys, Rocco, Nico, and Marco, who are fantastic, and they're doing pretty well right now. They're struggling, and you got to keep it all together. And it was the same back in that, when they were little, we were gone a lot. I mean, that was the regular tour. We were gone. And so I haven't had this. This hasn't happened before. And I'm enjoying it as much as it's so much fun.
I'm glad you're taking advantage of the time.
Oh, yeah.
And, I'm just talking to you. You're lean and you're mean and you're ready to come back and make a big splash when we resume.
Yeah,
so.
it's an opportunity. It'll be fun, and Tour's done the right thing. Our guys do a good job. Our board, everything's they're doing what they should do. I think they make great decisions so far, and we'll see how it plays out when we start. And hopefully the PGA Tour gets rolling good, because that's the jewel in the crown there. We got to get these guys running. Yeah. Plus, I need to watch them play. I haven't been able to watch them play any. I don't know. I want to see 400-yard drives. We don't get to see that.
You don't see that when you go out and practice? You don't see those?
No, unless it's a path or something. Yeah, it might get. Yeah, no, we don't see any of that. Zero. Never did. Never will. But it is fun. We're in a great sport. We have great people. You guys are great. We just have a good family. It's a whole family. It's a traveling family, and we're all we all have a ball with it.
Yeah, we need a family reunion. So, Rock, thank you so much. Really a pleasure to spend time with you as always. I look forward to getting back out there with you very soon.
Yeah. We'll see you soon.
All right. You take care.
Thanks, guys.